King of my heart be the mountain where I run, the fountain I drink from. Oh, He is my song. Let the King of my heart be the shadow where I hide, the ransom for my life. Oh, He you are good, so good.
Next weekend is a big deal. We're celebrating 138 years as a church. We are doing our first big community outreach, which I'm very nervous about. Just, first things are always a little nerve-wracking. Just a lot of work to be done this week. But you'll see out there, on the seats when you sat down, we've got invitation cards that had made up. We got 300 of them. It would be my life's greatest joy for at least the next week. For all 300 of those to be gone and given out to people invited. And we'll dig into that a little bit more later at the end. But this morning, in our effort to continue talking about maturity, we're gonna go backwards in time to the book of Numbers, chapter number 13, and we're gonna talk about. We're gonna work up to Numbers, but we're gonna talk about the children of Israel coming out of the land of Egypt, being delivered out, and their journey to the promised land, and the choices that they made once they stood before the thing that God had promised them that was theirs, and the choices they made, and the consequences that came thereafter. This is not a story we don't all know. We have heard this story. If you grew up in church, you know the story of the children of Israel. You might not be able to get the plagues in order correctly and all those kinds of things, but they've been in captivity for roughly 400 years in Egyptian captivity. God sends Moses and his brother Aaron to Pharaoh to give him some ultimatums, and there's all kinds of chaos that ensued as the king, Pharaoh, resisted over and over again, to the point of God getting real serious and killing some folk to let him know how serious he was. So Pharaoh releases the children of Israel and to the leadership of Moses, and they leave the land. Now they take with them portions of gold that they were given from the Egyptians to take with them and build life, to have money. They journey through the desert. They get, Red Sea. The Pharaoh's army comes after them. God fixes that problem. Gets them across the Red Sea. Destroys Pharaoh's army. And there's, several things they go through. God reveals himself and reveals himself and reveals himself. If he hadn't already revealed himself enough with the plagues that came across to get them out of Egypt. We're talking, these are the acts of God. Nobody can just do these things. Frogs and locusts and animals dead and firstborn and all the things. Rivers of blood, staffs turning the snake. All the things. They've seen and heard and experienced, not just seen, heard, experienced all of these things. God enact all these things and get them out. And then they don't just see, they walk through on dry land. Walls of water on either side of them as they journey through this. And then they see an entire army destroyed in water. The walls that were held up for them to walk through, all of a sudden, no longer there. an army gone. Cloud by day, fire by night. God traveling with them. His presence traveling with them. We come to, and there's so many more things, but for the purpose of time, we get to chapter 13. And this is, they've made it to the promised land. Now, God has told them this is theirs. He's never not told them this is theirs. He said, this is yours. Repeatedly told them this is yours. Now, they've seen his acts. They have experienced his acts. They've heard his word. He has never done anything opposite of what he said he would do. And they come to chapter number 13. And we'll do a lot of reading, but hang with me. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, send men to spy out the land of Canaan, which I'm giving to the people of Israel. From each tribe of their fathers you shall send a man, every one a chief among them. So Moses sent from the wilderness of Paran, according to the command of the Lord, all of the men who were the heads of the people of Israel. He lists them out. Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, we're at verse 17, and said to them, go up into the Negeb and go up into the hill country and see what the land is and whether the people who dwell in it are strong or weak, whether they are few or many. Now, this is him being strategic. He's sending men out, let's be strategic, go see what's in there so we know what we're dealing with. And whether the land that they dwell in is good or bad, and whether the cities that they dwell in are camps or strongholds, and whether the land is rich or poor, and whether there are trees in it or not. Be of good courage and bring some of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the season of the first ripe grape. So they went up and spied out the land from the wilderness of Zin to Rehob and near Lebo Hamath, and went up into the Negeb and came to Hebron, Ahiman, Sisashi, and Talmah. The descendants of Anak were there. Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt. I don't know why they're telling us that, but it's good information to know. And they came, verse 23, they came to the valley of Eshcol and cut down from there a branch with a single cluster of grapes, and they carried it on a pole between two of them. They also brought some pomegranates and figs, and that place was called the Valley of Eshcol, because the cluster that the people of Israel cut down from there. At the end of 40 days, they returned from spying out the land. And they came to Moses and Aaron, and to all the congregation of the people of Israel in the wilderness of Paran and Kadesh. They brought back word to them and to all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. And they told him, we came to the land which you sent us. It flows with milk and honey. This is the fruit. However, the people who dwell in the land are strong, and the cities are fortified and very large. And besides, we saw the descendants of Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the Negeb. The Hittites, the Jebusites, and the Amorites dwell in the hill country. And the Canaanites dwell by the sea along the Jordan. But Caleb quieted the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and occupy it, for we are well able to overcome it. Then the men who had gone up with him said, we are not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we are. So they brought to the people of Israel a bad report of the land that they had spied out, saying, the land through which we have gone to spy out is a land that devours its inhabitants. And all the people that we saw in it are of great height, giants. And there we saw the Nephilim, and we seemed to ourselves like grasshoppers, and so we seemed to them. We're going to come back to 33 in a moment. Chapter 14, verse 1. I told you we're going to read a little bit. Bear with me. Then all the congregation raised a loud cry, and the people wept that night. And all the people of Israel grumbled against Moses and Aaron. The whole congregation said to them, would that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would that we had died in the wilderness. It would be better to have died in Egypt or the wilderness. Why is the Lord bringing us into this land to fall by the sword? Our wives and our little ones will become prey. Would it not be better for us to go back to Egypt? And they said to one another, let us choose a leader and go back to Egypt. Let us overthrow this dude and go back. And then Moses, verse 5, then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before the assembly of the congregation of the people of Israel. And Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, who were among those who had spied out the land, tore their clothes and said to all the congregation of the people of Israel, the land which we passed through to spy it out is an exceedingly good land. If the Lord delights in us, he will bring us into the land and give it to us, and the land that flows with milk and honey. Only do not rebel against the Lord, and do not fear the people of the land, for they are bread for us. They are to be ate. We can eat them up. Their protection is removed from them, and the Lord is with us. Don't fear them. Then all the congregation said to stone them with stones. They're giving them a good report. They're telling them, we can do this. God is with us. He took his power away from them. He's not protecting them. And the response is the people want to stone them. But the glory of the Lord appeared at the tent of meeting to all the people of Israel. And the Lord said to Moses, how long will this people despise me? How long will they not believe in me in spite of all the signs that I have done among them? I will strike them with the pestilence and disinherit them, and I will make of you a nation greater and mightier than they. So Moses intercedes on behalf of the people. Verse 19, please pardon the iniquity of this people according to the greatness of your steadfast love, just as you have forgiven this people from Egypt until now. And God responds in verse 20, then the Lord said, I have pardoned according to your word. You came to me on their behalf. I'm going to listen to you, and I'm going to pardon them. But I tell you this, as I live, as God lives, and as all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord, none of the men who have seen my glory and my signs that I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and yet have put me to the test these 10 times, have not obeyed my voice, shall see the land that I swore to give to them and their fathers. And none of those who despised me shall see it. But my servant Caleb, because he has a different spirit and has followed me fully, I will bring into the land into which he went, and his descendants shall possess it. And the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, how long shall this wicked congregation grumble against me? I have heard the grumblings of the people of Israel, which they grumbled against me. Say to them, as I live, declares the Lord, what you have said in my hearing, I will do to you. Your dead bodies shall fall in the wilderness, and all of your number listed in the census from 20 years old and upward, who have grumbled against me, not one shall come into the land where I have swore that I would make you dwell, except Caleb, the son of and Joshua, the son of Nun. But your little ones, who you said would become prey, I'll bring them in, and they shall know the land that you have rejected. But as for you, your dead body shall fall in the wilderness, and your children shall be shepherds in the wilderness 40 years, and shall suffer for your faithlessness, not theirs. They will suffer for your faithlessness, not theirs, until the last of your dead bodies lies in the wilderness. Whew. Oh man, that's harsh. So I read all this. It's not for the purpose of like hearing all this negative, but like, here's the deal. Here's the reality. We have been given and been promised, I believe, the Lord has spoken that we have a promised land that we've been given. It's right here. But we have a choice in how we handle it. We either embrace it and we believe that God has given us the land. He has given us this place, this space, this season to grow this body, to be a difference maker, to take this land of spirits and souls and make it something great. He'll do that through us unless we resist him. Period. End of story. Now, this is Old Testament, right? And I hear somebody, yeah, but grace and mercy. Yes, grace and mercy is a very real thing. Absolutely. So we're probably not going to drop dead in the wilderness if we don't do what we're supposed to do. But that don't mean we won't dry up in our soul. That does not mean we will not dry up in our soul and just be walking around here lifeless like we're dead inside. We have been given the gift of making a difference, of being change makers, of being hope dealers. We've been given a gift. What are we going to do with it? We can let it sit and not be a participant in it. We can absolutely do that. And here's where we'll be. By December, dead and shutting these doors. Or, man, we can dive in. Give it everything we got. Our time, our emotion, our will, our money, our whatever. Our energy. And next Saturday is our first opportunity to do this, to dig in. This is our first big thing coming that's like, hey, let's give it our all. Let's see what he can do. Let's be positive about what's possible. Yeah, stuff's going to go wrong. We're going to run out of something. You know, the list of things that happen at an event, something's going to happen. But our attitude towards it and how we move towards that thing, how we get these things in people's hands or look for an opportunity to call a friend or a cousin, whatever it might be. A grandbaby, a great-grandbaby, a great-great-grandbaby. You know? It can be really easy, like especially in the summer when numbers are down. We're not, at nearly 50 people right now. Like, I get it. We've had some, and people have moved on. Okay. And I'm telling you, I'm preaching this to myself because my alarm went off this morning and I just got back in bed. And it went off again and I got back in bed. And it went off again and I got back in bed. Because it's hard. It's not easy. It's not easy to be the ultimate cheerleader. When everybody else is struggling, I'm supposed to be peppy. And it's all going great. Yes, look at all the things. When I'm struggling. But this is why I said last week I can't do this all. No preacher on God's green earth today, not one single, whatever the title might be, elder, deacon, apostle, prophet, pastor, teacher, evangelist, bishop, whatever. Nobody, none of that is an alone situation. The entire body got to be bought into the vision or it's worthless. We all got to hope together. We got to be encouraging each other's hope, stoking the fire in one another. And I'm not be honest, you guys that were here originally, like that kept this thing going, it's even harder for y'all to keep that fire stoked of hope. I get it. No, I really get it. I know that it is hard and difficult because you've seen so many go. But if I can, man, if we can just get locked in together and we can build one another's hope and we can actively look, who's the next 10 families to come in here? Who's the next 10 people that get to come, that we get to encounter and change, be a part of the change in their life? Let's just do that. Let's buy into that vision together. Let's just be so determined that we believe so wholeheartedly that God has given us a gift that nobody else has gotten. There is a church down the road right now. I had lunch with their pastor a week ago. They're actively shutting that bad boy down. We want to live. We want to see the glory of God shoot forth from this place. We want to be glory carriers that walk out of this place and see the body of Christ built here and in other places. See ministers come from living someplace else because they know that God's got something here to build them up. Build them up, equip them, and send them out. That's what we have. That is the spirit of this place. If we will just get behind it and give it everything we got until we got nothing left to give. Unless we give everything we've got individually and corporately and God goes, you've done enough. I'm done with it. Okay. If God does that, I'll give up. But if he don't, and he keeps giving us vision and giving us hope and giving us life, what are we to do? I believe that he's given us a land. The grapes are huge. We are not grasshoppers in our own sight. These giants, these things that seem like we can't overcome them, that's BS. We absolutely can because of the Holy Spirit power within us. And hope. Okay. That was my heart for this morning. We've got a big chance before us. We got a whole week. We have got opportunity knocking on our doors. We're going to throw this event for less than $1,000, and I don't know a single church that can do that. But somehow we got all of the things, even the things we got to buy, less than $1,000. And we got bounce houses and food that we're giving away. We're not going to have to ask people to pay for it. We're giving food away, games, all the things, balloons, signs, all the things. So let's give everything we got between now and next Saturday. And then Sunday we're going to come in here, and hopefully whoever we meet on Saturday decides to come back on Sunday, and we're going to have birthday cake and celebrate because God kept us 138 years. And we're going to celebrate and ask God, will you give us another year? Will you give us another 138 years? I hope he returns before then. But